morning. Awesome. Let's go around and meet the new faces in the room. We have Ms. Madam.
You want me to stand up?
You don't have to. Yeah.
Good morning. It's so wonderful to be back. I love Arcata. I'm a friend of Maggie's, and I've been coming here for a few years because I have a nonprofit in Honduras. But what a beautiful community you have. And this Rotary has so much energy. You know? Amazing.
Welcome.
At this back table.
Yeah. Oh, hi. I'm Michelle. I don't introducing myself or yeah, I'm just checking it out. I'm gonna try to keep coming. This time is really hard for me, so we're gonna see. But I'm back. So maybe it's fine.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Tyra Jeannie and I'm the outbound exchange student.
Yay!
Lazo?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This year's exchange student.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I'm from Interact Club.
Know you guys. Lazo, would you like to share a little bit about what you've been up to?
It's been a while since you've seen me.
But I didn't know I was going to present today.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. I put the pictures together.
Just tell us what you're doing.
Yeah.
Should I come?
You can wherever you would like, wherever you're the most comfortable. I just want to hear about like your first Thanksgiving.
So, picture to the right was my first Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Tomorrow. Then, after Thanksgiving, me and my first family went to cut down a tree. Though we didn't use the tree, but we donated it to a family that needed a tree for Christmas. Then, the picture down was the last team dinner we had before we lost our game. But that was the last team dinner we had.
But how well were you doing?
We're doing well.
Okay.
So, it was a game that knocked us out of the championship, but it was good that my host family allowed me to host my teammates for one last dinner. So.
And what was your favorite meal or part of Thanksgiving? Did you have a favorite plate?
We had 3 dinners, so
What
I experienced 3 dinners.
do you think about mashed potatoes?
I've always had mashed potatoes.
What was the newest thing that you had? Or
Maybe
the
the
most
stuffing.
unfamiliar? I'm sorry?
The stuffing.
Okay.
Stuffing and vegetables. But the rest was the same.
Was the okay. All right. Okay, thank you very much. So we have a basketball tournament that Dustin is going to tell us all about.
Sure. So, thank you, Vanessa. In years past, we sponsored the Arcata High Invitational Basketball Tournament, which is a historic tournament here at Arcata High. This year, our participation is going to be a little bit more hands-off because year over year, T-shirt sales have kind of gone down and little things have kind of phased out here and there, but we still will be able to get in the tournament with our pin, and we'll still sponsor it as far as supporting the trophies and stuff for the tournament, and be able to present the winners and whatnot. And then going forward, we'll see how much we can increase our participation and help support this tournament. It's the 54th annual, and and there's a long history about it, and I don't have it all memorized, but it's glorious, and I love the AIBT. When I went to Arcata High, we won the championship one year when I was there, and it's really, really exciting. It's really fun energy to be a part of. So if you can make it to one of the games, snap a photo of the bracket and go there. We get in free with our Rotary pin, and then and that's our contribution this year. So thanks for the support.
And it's the first time back in person in 2 years. That's even been happening.
Exactly, that's even happening.
So this is-
Yeah, exactly. It's a big deal.
And it's tonight also, if you're going to be in Blue Lake for any reason.
Okay, everybody, we have our Christmas party social coming up in Blue Lake at Jewel Distillery this evening. 6 to 9, yeah, 6, so yeah. If you've RSVP'd, that's great. I would suggest that you dress in layers because it is supposed to be a little rainy this evening, and the distillery is a warehouse. We're going to do our best to heat the space, but it is a warehouse without insulation. Also, there is dinner. Yes, I'm making a pot of soup. Angela's making a pot of soup. Help us out with some potluck items other than that to be able to round things out. So look forward to seeing some of you there. Great.
And if you're not down to go to Blue Lake, you have another option.
Arcata tonight. And we're featuring on the poster this week, which just got out today. But if you have a place to put it, you're welcome to grab one. I have a few, but it has artwork from the North Story wine bottle. This is the art from Len Carla, which Pat hooked me up with to make the poster this time. So that was a lot of fun. It's going to be really raining, so we're not doing our things we want to do out in the middle there because it's going to be really, really, really wet. But the Jacoby Creek choir was going to be singing. We're going to try and find some place for them to do that, depending on the number that they have. They had a lot of people last year. But that should be fun. And there's some places like Foodwise Kitchen that hasn't been open for a really, really long time. They're going to be open tonight. And they have some herbal tea they're making and some food. So they're really excited to be a part of Arts Arcata. And Soul to Soul will be open tonight. They haven't been before in the evening. So there's some places opening up that haven't been for a long, long time. And it's the other one, Corcoran downstairs has some art tonight. And there's just a lot of places all around that'll have art and music. Exit Theater, if you haven't checked that out yet, upstairs above Moore Sleep World, it's really cool. Transition to a little tiny 35-person theater. And that's a really, really neat one that's going on. The Playhouse as they're opening up their holiday show. The Thing has a new open mic going on, which if you haven't been inside that space since it was Arcata Stationers, you should go inside that space. It's very much transformed. They have a kava lounge upstairs and a very artsy open mic downstairs. There'll be a journey. They have trees inside. They have new murals. That mural I love so much. The boat's still on the ceiling, but they have, but you should check it out. If you haven't been in these spaces for a long time, there's some really neat things going on. So you'll be out of the rain. And of course, the Griffin has live painting with Joyce Jonte and art and music and an extra wonderful party this month. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Coming up.
There's 3 DJs lined up for it's going to be a scene.
Obviously, you've been busy. It's sort of like arts and life. I love it.
Tomorrow.
Here we go.
Tomorrow, Romy. What's going on tomorrow?
Thank you. I'm checking in, Lord. Okay, thank you. So yeah, this afternoon I'll pick up Charmaine and David Josiah Lawson's siblings, Anthony and Chloe, and they are traveling up from Southern California to give love to our community, to distribute things to people in need. And we've been gathering supplies. My living room was covered with 200 bags painted Justice for Josiah, and we're filling it with all kinds of stuff. So it's a coat drive because we're going to gather more supplies. And then we'll be distributing to people in need on Arcata Plaza. We'll go over to Eureka and give a bunch of stuff out in McKinleyville as well. But at the beginning, at 3 o'clock tomorrow on the plaza, we'll kick it off with a vigil for Justice for Josiah. And I'm just going to say, I'm begging you. I'm begging you to please be there at 3 o'clock. Not the whole time, 3 to 5, we'll be giving away stuff, but 3 o'clock. You know, DJ was murdered right here in Arcata, in our community. And this is not something that we can forget. This family comes up and gives love in this community. They are here every single month trying to get justice for him, and then in December they come simply to give to people in need in this community, because that kind of love, that kind of service is what DJ would be doing if he were with us today. And what we need to do is not have them look out at the same 12 people who stand by their side all year long. I want them, I'm begging you, for them to look out and see, we are here, we love you, we have not forgotten your incredible DJ, and our hearts are with you, and we'll continue to stand with you until justice is served. So please, stand with me at 3 o'clock, show this family, DJ, Anthony, Chloe, that this community loves them, and we will not forget. Thank you.
Board meeting, 7 a.m. Umpqua Bank. AJ is not here, is sick. Please, come, participate. Determine how we spend our money. And Sophie works really hard on it, so thank you. Stocking stuffers. So this is generally something that Sarah would be in charge of, given her accident, trying to pick up a banner of that. This is what beanies, chapsticks, socks, gloves, coffee gift certificates, mini flashlights. These are specifically things that Tay Youth have asked for. So we're not giving them any fluff. This is exactly what they asked for, so we're trying to stuff 100 stockings. And it's gonna happen next week. I'm gonna bring it to the board meeting. They're gonna pack it themselves. We just need to give them the stuff or the money. Or I'm just gonna go shopping and then ask for forgiveness.
So where do we take stuff?
To me. Okay. To the Griffin. Bring it to the Griffin. Bring it to the Griffin. Or to Pat's. I'm volunteering her right now. She is lonely, so please just check in on her and send her text messages and love. And if you have time to hang out with her, that's what she asked me for. So, but I don't have time, so I'm asking you. So yeah. All right. We have induction.
How about
Double
that, people? My
induction.
goodness, here we are halfway through the year. And I have to say, it was a thrill. AJ asked me to do this morning.
People are still playing, so that's good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. It is my privilege today to conduct an induction ceremony to bring 2 new members into our club. Walt Geist was proposed for membership by Angela Robershot, and Shoshana was proposed by President Vanessa. Their proposal has been received by the membership committee in accordance with our club constitution and bylaws. Their names have been circulated, and their application for membership has been approved. AJ wrote that, and I knew I could depend on you, Jessica. I have to say,
I'll give you the applause every time.
I read both the bios and enjoyed very much reading them. So this is just super exciting. I now ask Walt and Shoshana and Angela and Vanessa to please come forward. Rotary is defined as a volunteer organization of business and professional leaders.
Do I get a piece of that?
You will be forever joined the twins. That's what I call you.
Okay.
Rotary is defined as a volunteer organization of business and professional leaders united worldwide to provide humanitarian service and help build goodwill and peace. Club members meet weekly to plan service projects, discuss community and international issues, and enjoy fellowship. Clubs are non-religious, non-political, and open to individuals of diverse backgrounds. Rotary encourages high ethical standards in all vocations while striving to live and work by the 4-way test.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Take note. Well, Shoshana, we now proceed to admit you into membership in the Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise, and we welcome you to the friendship of Rotary throughout the world. The idea of Rotary is service, which is why our motto is service above self, and the object of this club and all Rotary clubs is to encourage and foster this ideal as a basis of worthy enterprise. You are to share in this effort with us. Walt and Shoshana, you have been approved for membership in this club because we believe you to be worthy representatives of your vocations, are interested in the ideals of Rotary, and willing to do your share in translating these ideals into action. You have agreed to accept the obligations of membership in this club as people of action and to obey our club's constitution and bylaws. Now I have the pleasure of asking your sponsor to pin on your membership pin the emblem of the Rotary wheel, which we hope you will wear with pride of being a Rotarian, but also with the humility of service.
Where were you hitting this?
There you go.
Thank you.
And, okay, all right, you guys already did that. But this time I would like to present you with your red badge, the symbol of a new club member.
There were
Skip the pin.
Oh, there were pins. Okay, all right. We'll work on that. Come on, we gotta have pins. There's gotta be a closet full of pins somewhere. Somebody wrote. As a new member, there is a path you will follow as you achieve your blue badge status, and I know you will achieve this in a timely manner. This new member packet contains information for you about our Rotary Club and about Rotary International. You will have many questions in the coming weeks, and I encourage you to seek the answers from your sponsor, Angela or Vanessa, or your mentor, Terry, who will mentor the twins now. Both of them. Members of the membership committee, our club president, or any club member. It is my pleasure on behalf of the board of directors and the entire club membership to welcome you to the Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise. Fellow Rotarians and guests, I am happy and honored to present to you our newest club members and the newest Rotarians in the world. Welcome, guys. Shoshana Anthony, as is our tradition, you know what to do.
Raise our beauty quotient in the morning by 100. You got humble. Not a 6.
While we're doing housekeeping, Where did Terry go?
She's looking for pins.
Who cleaned out the closet? Does anybody know? There are things that are missing that are.
Class.
Wrong finger.
Did anybody clean out the closet? Nobody knows. We are looking for banners. We are looking. There are some things that are missing. Nobody knows. And it's not Jake, or he's not responding. So.
I was gonna say, Terry and I offered, but then it was done prior to that coming together.
And there are things. Yeah.
The Noon Club kind of.
That need to be found. No.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're probably holding it for rent.
All right.
There's somebody more.
No. Nobody here. All right. All right. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Sandy
That'd be me.
in Honduras, or she's visiting us. Would you like to come up and give
Oh,
your-
I guess I would do that. Thank you. This, I don't know if you've got it set so it just automatically advances, but, and each slide kind of has its own little message, but I will yak on anyway. This is just my thank you so very much introductory slide. This little girl is now 15 years old. She's one of my 5 godchildren. In Honduras, she's bilingual now. I speak to her in English. We write back and forth in English. It's really quite amazing. All of
You tell me.
the family run.
When's it?
Oh, so it's not gonna, okay, sure, you're probably ready to go. And I started in Peace Corps in '98, so this is my 25th year. I go every year for a couple months minimum, sometimes quite a bit longer than that, but I'll be going in January and working on the kids that we've got lined up to be processed to either come to the States or get surgery in Honduras. But it's not about me, it's about all my team in Honduras, which does the work all year long. I talked to Marinel yesterday, and we're trying to get a child in a very, very remote location to school. And we've started a fund, and yep, we can move on. So this is Jose. Unfortunately, his dad there on the right died before I met Jose. I met Jose because he was on a television ad. Parents in Honduras are amazing. Like parents everywhere. They just search out solutions for their kids. You will see when you see the video of him how impaired he is with a deformed leg. And she went on television. They stand on street corners with signs saying, is there anybody that has any interest in helping my child? And a friend of mine that's on my team saw that and, okay, we can go on, and introduced me to him. Now, if you click it again, maybe it'll move. Or click on the picture.
Sandy, ¿qué te gusta hacer? Camina despacio, pues venga.
You see
¿Te gusta? ¿Cómo se
the
llaman esas
spirit of
flores?
this kid who's not going to be held back because he's
color
got to
amarillo?
figure out a way to
¿Y
adapt
este qué color es?
to this leg.
¿Es verde?
He's going to go to Shriners in St. Louis, Missouri in the next couple of months. And it seems to be very healthy in all other aspects, so I expect they'll be able to make some progress with him. This will show you, if you click on it, I think it'll move. Yeah. When he was a little bit younger, but yeah, initially after seeing this TV ad, I contacted some doctors I knew were coming to Honduras, orthopedists actually, and they immediately referred him to Shriners, which has taken about a year because he needs to leave the country to go to Shriners, and just like in this country, you can't leave the country, at least late, in the last few years, you can't leave the country without permission of both parents with one of the kids. And so we needed to get a death certificate for the father, which took a year to get. His foot moves if you click on that slide. One of my goals is always to make sure that the part that we're trying to help works. I mean, if unfortunately it didn't, that would be a different scenario. He's just an adorable kid, and the mother has just been wonderful, okay? Just another little shot of him. I work with Shriners. It really takes 3 organizations to send a child to the States. I've probably sent a 100 kids to the States now. It takes someone like me that's interested in doing it in the country, and it takes a nonprofit in the United States, which in my case is World Pediatric Project, and a hospital that's willing to sign off and say they'll do the surgery at always no cost to the American taxpayer. Shriners is not supported by our income taxes. Okay, so so they'll be going to St. Louis in the next few months, I hope. They're very, very happy. If you know, yeah. And so the other big project that I've had for years is I managed to attract a group of foot surgeons, podiatrists actually, but they're incredibly talented. And they were going to El Salvador and Mexico when I met them. The strangest things happened to me in my Peace Corps experience. When I came home in 2000, the head of this organization, I found out, lived in the community I lived in. I mean, it's just like things were just dropped in my lap. So I managed to convince them to come to Honduras, but they left for 3 years with COVID, and now they're coming back. And we have a team of volunteers that interview them and process them to make it easier for the surgeons to evaluate the physical problem. I pick up a lot of kids, and one of them is coming up on the next slide, with other problems because, like I mentioned, Honduran parents are amazing. If you hear a medical brigade, you have no money, you have no access to anything, although they have great medicine in Honduras, just not for poor kids. They bring them. And so I pick up kids with other issues. This one was operated, as you can see, both feet for deformed feet, and he's not too happy. But he'll never know what it's like to walk on a deformed feet. His parents are amazing. And next slide, please. This is the boy I was telling you about. He had that picture of his leg was taken when he was about 4, because that's when I met him. And they'd already attempted a couple of surgeries because it's a disease of the tibia, and the tibia will not support any weight. So when these kids that are about 1 year old try to stand, the tibia breaks, and it will not heal. So when I met him at 4, he'd been living in a cast and on crutches for 4 years. I have 3 cases like him. You know, again, just kind of fell in my lap, and I don't know really what I'm doing, but I know where to ask questions. And Shriners can treat this, and they have saved him. He now walks without crutches or a cast. He did break his leg once, but that's because the Honduran doctor, with all good intentions, decided to take the rod out of his tibia that the Shriners had put in. And I wish they had asked first, but anyway, he had to go back to the States and get that fixed. But now he lives in a beautiful area outside the community I live in, which is about 4,000 feet above Tegucigalpa, and they raise all kinds of vegetables. And one of the just unexpected things that happens in what I do is now about every month, this giant basket of vegetables arrives at Mariel's front door. You know, whether I'm there or not. Tangerines, cabbage, lettuce, carrots, all of just beautiful quality. A lot of it exported. And these are the collection of the kind of kids that we get when I do have a brigade. That little cleft lip child is, the whole story of cleft lip and palate surgery in Honduras is pretty amazing, because when I started 25 years ago, I used to schlep kids to the north coast, about 6 hours away. I'd find 15, 20 of them in the country. Some of them 36 years old that had teeth growing in all directions and these horribly ugly, by our standards, maybe some cultures would think that wasn't, but he certainly, the people don't like it. So I would bring them to these little groups of surgeons that would come from Stanford, UCLA, just to operate on their lips. Well, if you've never heard of Operation Smile, and if you ever get the chance to watch an infomercial of theirs, that's Smile, Not Smile Train, although Smile Train's a good story too, but Smile is an amazing nonprofit. Their infomercials are worth watching because everything they say is true. Romi, I'm reminded of her by your name, because who's the Irish actress that used to play in Touched by an Angel? She's their infomercial speaker. Roma, I think is her last name. She's married to big producer in Malibu right now. But anyway, if that little foot's, yeah. And so those are the kind of parents and kids, and they'll stay for hours, for days. Just to get seen. Okay, next slide. I don't know. Oh, well, and then at the end, I couldn't help. My favorite pastime, that bird on the upper left, people come from all over the world to see. I'm not even sure what, I was too lazy to find the name of it and put it in there. And, but these others are common birds that we see all the time. They're just beautiful. That's a Serikeki on the right, just brilliantly blue, and looks like he's got a tuxedo on all the time. And they're just wonderful. And then I think there's one or two more slides. There's actually a mistake on this slide. I spent about, I don't know how many months it takes from eggs to babies leaving the nest, but this bird nested 2 blocks from where I live in this little town, so I'd go over there every day until I got that just adorable picture of the two of them sticking their heads out. And there's one name mistake on this photo. Does anybody speak Spanish? That bird in the lower left, that white-naped brushfinch, is the one above it.
No.
And the Zombie is a vulture. I have a wonderful niece that's been doing these things for me for years, but she has a big job and she runs out of patience and she wouldn't change it for me. She lives in Connecticut, and I said, oh, Sandy, make a joke out of it or something. So anyway, that I thought was pretty funny. And then the last slide is my typical view where I live. This is about 30 minutes up above Tegucigalpa. We're at about 4,000 feet. And that's where the Peace Corps training site was, where I first went in '98. And I've been going back every year since, and now live with the same family, have the same room. My toothbrush is in the same place, and always a whole ton of roses there when I get there, and they grow coffee. They're a lower middle class family, hardworking family, but very, very committed to educating their children. Both their kids have masters. And all the godchildren, because that's all they spend their money on, is education and food, housing. All their and go to bilingual schools that are going to. It's an amazing story. And Peace Corps had a lot to do with that. A lot of the families in this little town, because Peace Corps was there maybe 40 years, will tell me, the educational level of this town went up tremendously just because Peace Corps used paid families here to host. They didn't pay them much, maybe a couple $100 a month. But oh my goodness, what attentive hosts they were. So that's it, and I appreciate your help all these years, and do you have any questions?
Well, before, where's Howard? Before questions, we have a little announcement.
Yeah.
Involving me, or should I sit down?
Make this
Go
announcement.
to the front, Howard. You're killing Dick in the camera.
I'm told, our club really respects and appreciates your dedication to this project. It's been going on for 2 decades now.
25.
Yeah. So our
Amazing to me.
Our World Community Service Committee met yesterday by Zoom, and we unanimously approved a donation towards your project, $500 donation.
Well, thank you so very, very much.
Thank you for all you do.
Oh, Lord, you're so welcome. It's been a gift for me. I don't know how to get away from it, to tell you the truth. And they're just going to have to carry me away from it, I'm afraid. But that $500, just so you know, will pay for the visa for the mother and the son of this little child to go to the States for surgery. I'll give you an update next year.
Great.
Thank you.
Were there any questions?
That was a great answer.
All right, the wrap.
So if I win this,
As
a guess, I'm not taking anything.
Yes, you take.
Put it to
digits are 9331.
Those are the last 4 digits.
Last 4 digits, 9331, I can't count.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Don't look, but aim for the blue one.
All right. This feels blue.
And it's not, $1 on the table.
Wow. That was getting up there. It's been a long time.
$1 on the table. It's good, don't worry.
We're not done. The next ticket is red.
Yay!
The last 4 are 0996.
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
It is that 150 I just determined.
$150.
I know. It's been quite a while. 997.
Okay,
Is this a
so,
card game?
okay. Should I pick another number, 0996?
And then you have to
0996.
0996.
Yeah,
So it's like a double.
And it leaves on.
And then it leaves out.
0996.
$150 now.
okay. 0948.
But one of the balls in there.
Oh!
Newbies? This was not planned.
All right, give the badge back.
Okay, don't look, but aim for the blue one. Okay.
Yeah, don't get the orange one.
And, well, I don't know if there's, okay, all right.
$5.
$5. And there goes that.
60 next week.
Okay, 160 next week. Getting low on balls.
Join the club, get $5.
So I know there were, Sandy would like to speak again briefly.
Just
Or
one quick
as long as she
thing.
wants.
I send computers to Honduras. If any of you happen to have used computer you're getting ready to get rid of, you can figure out how to contact me. And the other thing is, if any of you are well connected in the medical community, I'm trying to figure out how to immigrate a medical doctor from that community to the States, and I don't know anything about the process. But like I said, I haven't known anything about anything that I've done. And I always find someone who does.
So I have her contact information and I will share it in the next email that will probably go out before the next meeting. Which is definitely happening next week. And I have a feeling there are some announcements that I missed.
Can I make one real quick?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've already said this, but I'm just going to make another plug. We're looking for host parents for next year, and it's your opportunity to expand your family internationally and gain another child. 3 to 4 month commitment, and it's wonderful. So please contact one of us. Also, if you can't host, please reach out to people that you know that might be interested. It really is a wonderful thing. I'm super sad because my husband is the chair for the district for Youth Exchange, so I can't host right now. But we have really loved and enjoyed our students and stayed in touch with them. Lazo's here, it's a wonderful program. We really want to see us be able to continue to participate, but that takes everyone putting forth the effort to make sure that we get host families. So thank you. And sell it as an opportunity, not a beg. Like, we're not begging. This is like limited spaces, only 3 spaces available. You could be one.
Act now.
Yes, thank you.
Are you in sales? And I know mentorship had a meeting last night, or 2 nights ago? Yes, 2 nights ago.
The mentorship committee would like to expand our number of mentors. And so if you're interested in being a mentor, we can talk about it. I'd love to have you on the committee. We'd like people who have been in Rotary like nominally a year, because under a year they're kind of still in the mentee process, but somebody who can share their knowledge, ask their questions. But the important thing is everybody in this room is a mentor to our new members. Everybody has some piece of Rotary knowledge that they can share. But we would like a couple more official mentors. So if you're interested, please contact me. Thank you very much.
And then just Lori, do you mind giving an update about what's going on?
I'm officially retired. As of a month ago, we've been doing a little bit of traveling and packing a house. We sold our main house and moved into the small house. Go from 3,000 square feet to 1,500 square feet is very interesting. We've been at the thrift store a lot, selling a lot of furniture, but it feels good. Downsize a little bit. So, yeah, it's fun. Now it's time to go travel and find that granddaughter of mine.
Are there any other announcements?
Thanks, Bob Johnson, for signing up to deliver backpacks today. There are plenty of other opportunities. I can send the link again to everyone. The whole year through June is listed on the Sign Up Genius. So if you want to commit to something 6 months from now, and then it'll just be there, it's a great way to do it.
Maybe since we have new people and guests, you want to explain that program?
Sure. Backpacks for Kids is something we do with other Rotary clubs as well, and Food for People. Each week, somebody from the club goes to Food for People, picks up a pallet of food, brings it to the meeting, and then after our meeting, we pack that in bags. Currently, we're in the 50s, 57. And then those get delivered to Arcata Elementary, Trillium School, and Pacific Union School, so that kids have something to eat over the weekend. These are kids that are identified by the schools as being in need of nutrition, and for some of them it may be what they have for food for the weekend. So.
Ian.
I can attest that all the food you pick up off that pallet will fit in a Honda Civic with
Yeah, or a Subaru Crosstrek, or a Honda Fit.
Prius.
Oh yeah. Is there anything from Interact? I don't think so. We'll find out shortly. There's absolutely a meeting next week. That's going to be our last meeting for the year. And then committee heads, I want to do the committee, whatever I called it the first
We'll
time.
call it a catch-up. Committee roundup.
Committee
How's
roundup.
that
Again, on our first meeting in January, but this is just your heads up that that's going to happen. So if you need new committee members, or if you want to catch people up on what they're doing in their committees, please come with, I think it was Jessica and Romi, that were the stars of the science committee fair.
Oh, wait, it's a competition! Wait a minute! We gotta have booths?
You won the pinata!
Okay.
So, just put that in
You can't date the committees.
Yes.
Is that January 6th?
So committee chairs, bring your best game.
Is that the first meeting after the new year that you're going to have that?
Uh-huh.
So next week is our last meeting of 22, and January 6th, first meeting of 23. Good.
And then the board meeting. I mean, come to the board meeting if you want to or not. But, yeah. Hey, Ian.
And that board meeting is 1 week early, so it's next Tuesday, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then, with your permission, President Vanessa, since we don't have a final Friday meeting this month, since next week's the final Friday, Lazo just asked, can we do an auction for a dinner that you would like to make as a fundraiser next week instead of waiting all the way through January?
Heck yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
Not
next
even with
week,
my permission, just
everybody
you don't have
show
to ask
up,
Lazo,
and
just
Lazo's
show up.
going to auction a dinner experience for probably 8 to 10 people, cooked in your home with the help of the Youth Exchange Committee members.
Nice. Yeah. And I'm in on that meeting, and Lisa's going to host. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're here too.
We never noticed.
Chris are hosting our next meeting? Was that their...
Oh, no. We've been plotting a dinner.
Oh.
So, get ready. Bring your bidding fingers. Anything else? Yes, sir.
I'm looking for, or the Arcata Police Department Union is looking for someone to play Santa for our union Christmas party. I cannot find anyone.
I've got a couple of
And so we have a suit, and so what it will be at Baywood on the 17th. And the rule is that you hand out gifts to kids.
Basic Santa.
You don't have to be there the whole time. And it would include dinner and drinks, and you could bring a +1.
You let Santa drink before? Okay,
So, just put that out there. He's got a red nose. If anyone can know somebody.
Is that beer required?
What's that? What's that?
Beer
I said bring it in, dear. I think we have a beer. We've got the whole thing. If you come with a beer, then that's better.
Is it gender neutral?
I don't think so. But we can have a Miss Claus too.
There you go. All right. I mean, these are proving to be hilarious, so anybody else? All right, guys. Have a great week. Thank you very much.